I've reached a point in my healing journey now where I'm at the point that the person I'm freeing myself from is me. I'm freeing myself from all the old ways my inner child used to, still did, and I'm realizing it, the projection of thinking that these things were out of my control, that all these things that happened to me, that traumatized me, that was forgotten and not forgiven, led to me projecting and believing that I needed to prove something, that I needed to achieve something, that I needed to show up in comforting ways for others rather than being who I truly am. In a sense, manipulating others, but in truth, manipulating myself to manipulate others, to deceive myself so much because I didn't value and worthy who I was because of how the original root trauma that I went through, and it just like upside down pyramid stacked up of masks and facades, to the point where I'm like, holy shit, I'm having a complete identity, like what the fuck. I'm having so many realizations of honestly sadness and heartache and rejection and repression. But because of that, all this forgottenness, all this lost, lack, outsourced sense of self is now coming into the light to be able to be seen, be heard, be valued, be worthy, be loved. And I have no fucking clue what it holds for me. And it is the most frustrating yet beautiful, kind of bittersweet, but it's more anger involved. I don't know what anger, frustration, rage / horror, like being traumatized horror, not like whatever, like horror movies. When I think of horror, I think of horror movies, but horror is more like terror of comically and paradoxically enough is just believing in myself and not needing to conform to these things. So, yeah. And ultimately, this is just a shame wound that has been around since ever, since I was a very young child. And I don't fully, I think I understand it, but like more just keeps on coming to the surface and being realized for me. And yeah, it's just a process. But those are some of the things that I've learned and realized is that all the ways that I thought people were, in a sense, I was projecting blame and believing also that I needed to achieve these things and be this specific type of person rather than being who I truly am, which I don't even know what that means for me, honestly. Because of how long I've played this victim card and have shamed myself and denied and hidden and chased love, worth, value, that it's weighed down on me. That lack, loss of self, loss of love, worth, value. I'm kind of just repeating myself because I'm still processing things. But yeah, accountability is another great one. Accountability and realizing that my inner child isn't to be blamed. And through that blaming of self and nothing happening from it, it's turned into a projection of blaming others. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still in the process of this. But the positive point is that it's exciting and that all this is coming up because it's meant to come up. That I reached a place where the new me is that my inner child was so scared of choosing and believing in rather and choosing to shame and outsource, is that that's who I'm really, who I'm truly meant to be, and not conform to the external. That the excitement is in stepping into this unknown, this me that is who I'm truly meant to be, myself. And there will probably be more wounds to heal, because that's just how it is. But the point is this is another thing, is that not needing for it to be perfect, and knowing that I am worthy to value and love myself and be worthy and not need to compare, and that I'm equal and not reject myself. And what all that blossoms and births is ultimately what's best for me, even though it is like coming to face with so many things from my life that I have not touched or processed or forgiven and allowed to flow through me energetically, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So what I always say is that the dark parts of you that are getting louder, the anxiety, the fear, the sadness, and the anger, anything that is loud and that gets louder is ultimately a hurt version of you that is trying to be heard and seen, to embrace the change and create and be the version of you and exist as who you're truly meant to be. It's an opportunity, not a bad thing. It's not something to be avoided. And this is just part of the healing journey. So whatever you may resonate with, take whatever clicks, and let's go on with you and see that it is an opportunity to heal. Just like all this very root structural, architectural, foundational wound that I have is serving for an opportunity for more. I just drank some green tea to heal and to blossom and to actually fucking love myself and be myself and exist for me and not need to, like I said, achieve and improve. So, all the love, if you made it this far, I love you and I appreciate you, and have a beautiful day.